Hello everybody. Today we are going to be talking about earthquakes. So in your Edmodo, you want to find the post that says earthquakes. We have the link for the reading, we have the practice questions, and we have my email that you can send them to. So let's take a look at earthquakes. So an earthquake, you're probably familiar with it. It's a sudden ground movement. It's a lot of shaking, and it's caused by the sudden release of energy stored in rocks. So what happens is with the movement of the tectonic plates, the rocks are subject to stress. When they have more stress than they can take, they're going to break. When the rocks break, they are going to release some energy, and they're going to transmit form of seismic waves. So almost all earthquakes are going to happen at plate boundaries, and all types of plate boundaries are going to have earthquakes. All right. During an earthquake, after the rocks break, they're going to move several centimeters. Okay, so it's really not that far that they're moving. But it makes a big difference. Elastic rebound theory is going to describe how earthquakes occur. Basically, let's say you have a stick, you bend that stick, you're putting pressure on that stick, you're putting stress on that stick. If you bend it too much, eventually it snaps. Okay? Now when rocks snap, they're going to try and go back to their original shape. But because they're broken, they're going to end up moving and releasing the energy along with that movement. So two key terms when we're talking about earthquake or an earthquake's location are its focus and its epicenter. So a focus is going to be the point where the rock breaks below the Earth's surface. If it's a shallow earthquake, it is going to have a focus that is less than 45 miles. If it's intermediate, it's going to be between 45 and 200 miles. If it's a deep focus earthquake, it is going to be greater than 200 miles. So about 75% of the earthquakes are going to have a focus in the top 6 to 9 miles of the crust. Shallow earthquakes are going to cause the most damage because they are the closest to the surface. The epicenter is the area just above the focus on the land surface. Anything that's near the epicenter is going to be affected the most by the earthquake. So the way I remember epicenter is your epidermis is the layer of the skin that is on top. It's on the surface. So epidermis, epicenter, it's at the top. So make sure you finish your questions and turn them in to me.